Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel Daysi DIY. Today I'm sharing with you guys an easy Christmas DIY using items from Dollar Tree. If you want to see a step by step, please keep watching. The first thing we're going to be using for this project, it's going to be one wood Christmas decor that I got from Dollar Tree. So I'm just going to be removing this part of the wood decor, and once I remove it, I'm going to be using a piece of sandpaper and I'm just going to be sanding all the glitter, and this is how it looks once you're completely done. So what I decided to do, I used a piece of painter tape and I just covered the tire, and with my X-Acto knife I just cut the edges of the painter's tape. Also, to paint it, I'm going to be using this Restylane chalkboard paint on color white, and I'm just going to do one coat and I'm just going to let it dry. So you guys can see in the letters, I'm not covering it all the way because I want the letters to show a little bit because I like what it says in the top. Also, I decided to paint the edges of the wood decor. I'm going to use this crab white chalkboard paint on color ink, and I'm just going to be doing one coat and I'm just going to let it dry. And to paint it, I'm just using a small brush from Dollar Tree. Also, I decided to paint the tire with the same paint. We're going to use again the craft white chalkboard paint on color ink to paint the tree, and I'm just going to do one coat and I'm just going to let it dry. So you guys can see I'm just painting the edges, and also I'm going to be painting the back of the tree so it can has a finished look. The next thing we're going to be using is going to be this Waverly chalk paint on color moss that I got from Walmart. So I'm just going to do one coat and I'm just going to let it dry. And to paint it, I'm using a small brush from Dollar Tree. Also, I'm going to be using this sandpaper that I got from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to start sanding the letters so they can stand up a little bit more, and I'm just going to be really carefully sanding. And once we're done, we're going to be start creating lines, and for that I'm going to be using my ruler and my pencil, and once I'm done creating the lines with my finger, I'm just going to start distressing the lines. I'm going to use this wood glue that I got from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to do a combination with hot glue for a strong hold. So I'm just going to put everything together and I'm just going to place everything the way they were. So you guys can see once I put this small piece on the bottom of the tire, you guys can see a little bit the edges is color white. So with my craft white chalkboard paint on color ink, I'm just going to use a little bit of that paint and I'm just going to paint this edge so it can have a finished look. So I just create this small bow, and I'm just going to use a piece of this greenery that I had on hand, and I'm just going to put it on the door just like this. And to glue it, I'm just going to use hot glue. Also, I decided to use a few pieces of the berries that I got from Dollar Tree. And this is how it looks our project once we're done. Let me know in the comments below what do you guys think about our first project. For our second project, I'm going to be using this book that I got from Dollar Tree. So I'm going to be using this craft white chalkboard paint on color ink, and I'm just going to be painting the letters. And to paint it, I'm going to be using a small brush. Also, I just did 2 coats and I just let it dry. The next thing we're going to be using, it's going to be this scrapbook paper that I have on hand. So I'm going to be using this piece of the words that I had, and to cut it, I'm just going to use my scissors. So once I cut it, I'm just going to be using this Mod Podge. I'm just going to do 1 layer and I'm just going to put it on the middle just like this. So once we're done, I'm going to do another layer of Mod Podge on the top. Also, I'm going to be using this ornament that I got from Dollar General, and here is the item number if you guys need it. So with my scissors, I decided to cut on the bottom of the ribbon just like this so it can have a finished look. So if you guys want, you guys just can use hot glue and glue it, but I decided to put this mini craft clips that I got from Dollar General also, and I'm just going to be using one and I'm just going to glue it on the top just like this. Also, I'm going to be using a few pieces of this greenery that I have, and I'm just going to be gluing it. Also, I'm going to grab 2 buttons that I got from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to place them on the side of the book just like this. And to glue it, I'm just going to use hot glue. And this is how it looks our project once we're done. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think about our second project? For our third project, I'm going to be reusing this frame that I got from Dollar Tree. So I'm going to be using this craft white chalkboard paint on color ink, and I'm just going to be using a small brush to paint it. I'm going to do 1 coat and I'm just going to let it dry. Also, I'm going to be using a piece of cardboard on color black that I had on hand, but I decided to paint it a little bit more black, and for that I'm using the craft white chalkboard paint on color ink. So I'm just did 1 coat and I just let it dry. So once we're done, we're just going to put our frame together. Also, I'm going to be using this double-sided tape that I got from Dollar Tree. So I'm just going to put it on the back of my image to put on the top of the frame. And this image, I need to apologize, but I cannot remember from who is this image. I know it's from a YouTuber that it's a wonderful person. If you guys know whose image is this, please let me know in the comments below so I can link her channel below for you guys, so you guys can check her channel down below. But I'm so sorry that I cannot remember from who is this image. Also, I'm going to be using a few pieces of this greenery that I had on hand. If you guys want, you guys can put it on the top, on the bottom. So to glue it, I'm just going to use hot glue. Also, I decided to put a few pieces of these white berries that I got from Dollar Tree. And to glue it, I'm just going to use hot glue. And this is how it looks our project once we're done. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think about our third project? For our last project, we're going to be using these painter sticks that I got from Amazon. In total, we're going to need 4. So to paint it, I'm going to be using the craft white chalkboard paint on color ink. And also, I'm using a small piece of this butt sponge that I got from Dollar Tree as well. So I'm just going to do 1 coat and I'm just going to let it dry. And this is how it looks once you're done. The next thing we're going to be using is going to be this crafter square canvas that I got from Dollar Tree. So what we're going to do now, we're just going to start creating lines. So every 1.5 inches, I'm going to start marking it with my pencil. Once I mark the lines, I'm going to start connecting it. Once I connect the lines, I'm just going to start tracing it. And once I'm done doing this, I'm just going to start distressing the lines. And for that, I'm just going to use my finger. And to glue it, I'm going to be using this wood glue that I got from Dollar Tree. I'm going to do a combination with hot glue for a strong hold. So once we're done creating the frame, we're just going to start gluing the canvas on the top. And for that, I'm going to be using my pen to mark the line so I can guide from this line to put the wood glue and hot glue for a strong hold. The next thing we're going to be using, I'm going to be using this ornament that I got from at home. Here is the item number if you guys need it. And to glue it, I'm just going to use hot glue. So I just create these bows that I had on hand. So once I create it, I'm just going to start gluing it together. And once I glue it together, we're just going to glue it on the top of the ornament. Also, I'm going to be using this piece of the greenery that I had on hand. And I'm just going to glue it on the side of the ornament just like this. And to glue it, I'm just going to use hot glue. I decided to use these buttons that I got from Dollar Tree to put them on the middle of the bow and also a few pieces of the berries on the top. And to glue it, I just use hot glue. I'm going to use this picture hanging kit that I got from Dollar Tree. So I'm just going to use these ones to put it on the top. And to glue it, I'm just going to use hot glue. But if you guys want a strong hold, you guys can put 6000. And this is how it looks at project once we're done. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think about our last project? So that was it for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified every time that I upload a new video. And please don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Thank you so much.